I want to use the term skepticism, because really skepticism is something I would risk quote unquote glorifying, though not really, because I think there's all kinds of skeptical philosophies. It's a requirement system that it doesn't put requirements on sort of human motivational issues per se. There's natural ones that seem to come out in groups of people. Most people don't want to just hurt each other, but they differ on what to do about it and things like this. And if you just want to say, does a skepticism make everything right in a person just because their view is skeptical? No. Skepticism approaches nihilism too. There are a lot of nearly nihilistic systems that pass skepticism that aren't good. But I do believe that a skeptical epistemology and trying to find about natural nature is good. In other words, having a skeptical epistemology and studying nature with it, with a love for nature, like how does this work? You can learn how good organic systems work, and the part that you don't like, the tragedy you can do about what you can, and it's a lot what you can do. But that's not what I'm talking about. I just want to talk about the word skepticism. It comes from skepsis or something like this, the root, I think, in Greek, and it has to do with a reflection, as to ponder something, right? That's what skepticism is. It's like, hey, there's always more to learn about something. That's what it is. Might be an infinite detail. It doesn't mean you need to learn it in order, to build a big building. You don't need to learn about every nanometer of detail. You can be quote-unquote sloppy on the nanometer scale, on the millimeter scale, and even the quarter-inch scale, and still come up with something that looks pretty precise at the scale at which it was really given a lot of attention, right? In other words, you might decide not to look closer, but you could always look closer, and that's kind of the point of skepticism, right? Now, the point of this video is, so what am I supposed to do? I know this history of the word. I'm that kind of skeptic, the ancient meaning. I believe you could. Doubt is just one tool that helps you keep reflect. So when you get really certain, when you feel like, I know this building, I know it down to the inch, doubt can prove to the contrary. You could say, well, try to draw it down to the inch. Try to somehow test what you mean by that. You go, well, okay, I know it down to the meter. You know what I'm saying? And doubt is there as a remedy for once you do think, hey, I know enough of this. I know enough about this thing. Well, you can use doubt to always realize, hey, there's a point at which everything you could know more. Right? Like, you know how to power a machine, but eventually it's like, well, I got to do a more efficient job, and so on and so forth. But it can be a long period. It could be a lifetime. It could be, as far as I know, multiple lifetimes. Still, somebody really has to figure out a better way to do a particular thing. And for all I know, it might never come in certain areas. But even then, it's just more like the problem would be avoided. There's still a potential. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is, can I talk about skepticism as reflectionism? If I promote skepticism, meaning promote reflectionism, should I use a new word? Right? Relativistic skepticism was a new word that I developed shortly after coming to YouTube to describe my ideas, merely because I'm relativistic and skeptical, so hey. But it lacks this fact that there's a focus on natural philosophy, and it also misses the fact that I believe there is an emotional feeling, let's call it biochemical, spiritual feeling. It triggers at very interesting moments. I want to understand what those moments are about. Just like when you're attracted to a woman, they trigger very interesting moments, and I think we pretty much figured it out. My dog. Lily! Lily! That dog run off. Hi, Ted. Lily! Sounds like she's out front. Lily! She ran off to a neighbor, probably. That dog. See, now I lost my train of thought. Okay.